I don't know why I'm reviewing this. I don't know why. I don't know. Five Finger Death Punch have been a pretty prominent metal alternative rock band for quite a while now, at least over the past 15 or so years, I would say now. They certainly started to gain a lot of momentum as time's gone on. I haven't really peeped many of their other albums, but I thought I'd try this new one because I saw an incredibly negative reception from a few people that I keep up with in the music world. And so I thought, you know what, let's try it. Let's see if it's really that bad. And it might not be like the worst thing in the world, but it's really bad. Basically, for the people that really couldn't stand the Green Day album, I thought it was bad, but I didn't really find anything out of it totally egregious, that's how you say the word. I just thought it was just some really bad plain rock music that just had nothing interesting to it whatsoever. It was essentially just everything I'd expect Green Day to put out in the year of 2020. So the incredibly negative response to that album was just a bit baffling, honestly, because I just have no expectations for anything else from a band like that anymore. Whereas Five Finger Death Punch, I had no real expectations for, and somehow they've dropped an album that's probably even worse, but it might not really get that same negative response because I think there's just less talk about this band from music critics in general. There's something just so tiring about this album, like sitting through it, listening to this guy's voice when he tries to clean sing. He's incredibly like awkward to listen to. Some of the lyrics this guy drops are crazy. Like, I'm just impressed at how bad they are. Hey, Captain America, are you up to fight the bad guy? Mighty Superman. His voice is atrocious. Like, it's so bad. But the lyrics he's saying, what are you saying? Why are you referencing random superheroes? What are you doing this for? The song This Is War is really just any song titled This Is War from any rock band you've ever heard, because there has to be a song like this if you're a rock band. The generic chugging. Oh man, I feel like I'm back to like 2012 where I used to listen to bands like this and for some reason I just ate it up without really thinking about how generic it was. But God, I thought this shit was left behind. I thought bands stopped doing this. Not only does it actually just not sound good, like just listening to it, it sounds really shit. But it's not even impressive on a technical level. Like, how many bands out there are actually able and capable of doing this? I remember when baby metal broke onto the scene, they were friggin' dropping these chugging metal riffs. Like, that's like teenagers that are doing that. But not only that, I think if it was technically skillful and I could at least appreciate it from how difficult it is to pull off or achieve, like some progressive metal bands, like I don't like a lot of that genre honestly, but there's definitely a lot of skill that goes behind like the progressive aspects of metal music. But like at least then I can say, well, I don't like how it sounds, but I can appreciate it. But no, the Five Finger Death Punch are like making it sound shit and just not doing anything that's particularly technical or impressive. And what is with the Slipknot worship on this album? Has this band always been a B-Tech Slipknot? Have I just never noticed? Because like the worship of Slipknot, Corey Taylor particularly, in the vocals, the screamed vocals, is so hard to not pick up on Mother May I. Come on, that's straight up like 2003 era Slipknot. But at least tracks like that only piss me off in the sense that it just sounds like exactly like another band. We've got tracks like The Closer, which is just so cheesy in its presentation, like the lyrics on here about fucking grey, and it's just like the most blatantly obvious imagery you could ever think of. And then tracks like A Little Bit Off, probably the worst track here, because this is Pearl Jam doing a School of Rock song. This is exactly that. The whole like shtick at the beginning where it's like, I'm a little bit pissed off today, I'm a little bit off today, I'm a little bit ticked off today. That's that School of Rock song. That's the song, you know the song. And then the friggin' chorus comes in and he's like, Hey yeah yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah yeah, hey yeah. Like, come on, that is so blatant. You know what you're doing. I know what that is. We all know what that is. I've just also realised something. I've just paused recording myself for a minute to think, and that actually sounds more like the Red Hot Chili Pepper song, Under the Bridge. That's what that is. I don't think it is Pearl Jam. But like the way he's singing on the verses sounds so much like Eddie Vedder that I just think I got completely mixed up. But yeah, maybe it's both. Maybe it's Alive mixed with Under the Bridge, and then that's just how we came to this song. Regardless, it's fucking terrible. It's just so bad. It's just such a bad song. He's not a very good singer, so he can't pull off tracks like this. And then later on in the album, he's screaming like, can I be one of the cool kids? Yes, a grown man is asking that question in the most embarrassing way you could possibly imagine, honestly. It's impressive. Yeah, this album's just filled with so much typical, generic music from this genre. Like, there just seems to be no individuality to this at all. And if you're a first-time viewer thinking that, I just hate it because it's metal music and I just don't understand the brutality of this genre and how heavy it is, then I implore you to try more metal music, because this is not very heavy, and it's certainly not very good. Recently I was listening to a band called Sepultura, and they are really quite heavy, and they're really impressive from the 80s, so I implore you to go check those out. And that would be a good place to step away from Five Finger Death Punch. 3 out of 10 from me. My second 3 out of 10 of the year, actually. Thank you to Justin Bieber and Five Finger Death Punch for giving me this awful music. Let me know your thoughts on this album, and if you think it's much better than I'm saying it is, then I'd appreciate your thoughts. If you think it is bad, let me know as well. That'd be great. Thank you for watching this review. Subscribe if you haven't already. That would be amazing. I love you. Have a good day. Goodbye.